Hi, hello, how are things? This is a video where I'm going to try and recreate a save file I lost years ago. Right now I am working on Magnolia. She's going to be the matriarch of the family. I actually decided to change her name to Nola. She's going to be the Tom Holland multiverse version of what I'm trying to do. This is the Hazeltons. They're a family I played for years. They had 4 kids, they had grandkids. Every time I got a new pack, I would use this family to explore it. I adore this family, and then I lost them when my laptop died. It just turned off one day and never came back on. So basically, I have loved and I have lost. I literally adored this family. Family owned like this huge farm, but this was before the cottage living pack. So it was like I had a fake chicken coop for them. They had a barn with no animals, and it was really a struggle farm. Like now, by the farm standards that we had to wait to get, it doesn't even count as a farm to me. And now I feel like I need to go back and give this family the farm that I really wanted them to have. And I think it would be fun to do a speed run, short lifespan play until I get them back to where I left them, because a lot of things happen for them. There is death in their family, and they had a lot of accomplishments. And they were also integrated in different, like with the Goths. They were just, I want them to be a centerpiece of the gameplay I'm trying to create, especially when I really want to create an economy in my game, and I need a big central farm to kind of branch out of. So I need to recreate them, and I want to see how fast I can do it. I couldn't quite remember what they all look like. Just to go into create a sim and try to do it from memory, I couldn't do it. So I tried to think of celebrities that they reminded me of and then use them as a template. And I think I'm going to do this more often because you get really unique looking sims, and sometimes I can have this issue where all my sims just start to look alike because I think every person has like very specific aesthetics that they like, but this really helped me kind of push myself to make people with different faces. So first we have Nola, who is based off of Jada Pinkett Smith, and I just think Jada has this phenomenal jawline, and I loved the shaved head that she's doing right now. I did not realize she had alopecia till a week ago or so when I was in Creative Sim making this family, and now that I'm doing this voiceover, Will Smith has fully smacked Chris Rock in the face for making fun of her, and that's crazy. But I think their style is really cool. It's sad that situation happened, and it's really messy, but also a little entertaining, you know. I have to say I enjoy the spectacle at an uptight award show, but I have mixed feelings overall. But absolutely, I don't think Will should be banned or anything, since you have like people like Woody Allen and Casey Affleck winning awards. But that's a whole nother conversation. So anyway, Nola, the sim, is a writer. With the career mod that I have, I'm going to actually make her work in publishing in San Myshuno, and her and her husband and her sister are going to live in San Myshuno, and then they're going to make a move and have a life change where they go to Brittleton Bay and start a farm. And once they move to the farm, she's going to focus on her writing, and I also have her as an animal lover. So she's also going to help out a lot with the animals on the farm, and eventually just decide to get a degree and become a veterinarian. And I just see her as a calm and steady force, maybe even a little stubborn, but she's really open to new challenges and experiences, and she loves her family above all else.
Disappeared, though I volunteered.
have Leon. He works in the tech industry. Again, they're all going to be living in San Myshuno, so he's eventually just going to leave that life to do freelance work and work as a farmer. Very just people who just want to break away from the rat race and live life on their own terms and not have to always worry about keeping up with the Joneses. I want that to kind of be their motivation for the life they want to live. And I see him as very good-natured, kind of goofy, and he just also happens to have a genius level intelligence. I based him on this comedian called Baron Vaughn. I can't really remember where I specifically know him from. I know he's a comedian, but I feel like I saw him on a TV show once. And he has this look that I think is really nerdy, which is kind of what I was going for. And he always had this afro that was pretty close to his head. And that's very similar to the sim that I had before. Cool. The last sim I'm gonna make is, her name is Symone. She is kind of a wild child. A lot of times with my families, this is a dynamic I do a lot with like a couple, and then they have a sister who is with him, and then you have one sister who's I can do like the family gameplay, and then the other sister is just like single and having fun. And this sim, I remember she was in a poly relationship and she was bi. She never had any kids, and maybe that will change. I'm open to things changing, because sometimes sims will just throw wild things at you, and when you go with it, it makes it the most interesting to me. So I'm open to things changing, but I like the idea of her being a part of the nightlife. In my game before, she was a bartender, and then she eventually owned her own restaurant, which I have a lot of new mods now, which will make just improve the dine out experience than from when I first got the dine out pack. So I'm really excited about that. I ended up basing her on Kyla Pratt. I've been saying Kayla my whole life, but I think it's Kyla Pratt. And she probably looks the least like the original sim that I made in my old save file, but I wanted to make sure she looked related. I don't think they had like this genetic function before. You could only do like parents or kids, I think, and not siblings. So I like how she and Nola look like sisters, and yeah, I really like the way she turned out. Alrighty then, thanks for watching. In the next video, I will start the Let's Play, and I'm going to start them with them both going to college, but I got a mod where college is just 4 credits. They only need 4 classes to graduate, just to make it shorter, because I just want to really like to do a rapid fire Let's Play. And I also ended up making their families. I made both sets of parents, so you guys will get to see that in the next episode too. Please take care, and thanks for watching.